Greetings, friends. I just want to show you guys what my soil is looking like. So these are my 60-gallon grow bags. I'm going to plant watermelon in one bag and peanuts in the other, but this is the combination of the soil mixes I was able to get. I added some perlite and vermiculite. I'm going to go back in and add some sand and some coarse, like horticultural sand, and coconut coir to try and lighten it up. But can you see how big these chunks are? Like, it's just so wet and muddy. I've had it covered up with a tarp to try and give it some time to dry out, but we're still getting a ton of rain here, so it's taking longer than I thought to dry out. But it just seems like it's just not the ideal growing condition for seedlings and for anything to sprout through. And I'm so concerned because obviously bag soil costs a fortune, and the quantities, I don't know if you can see it or not, but over there is my stack of soil that I have got to get broken down. My tarp over there flew off, but that is the equivalent of something like 200 bags of soil, if not more. I don't know. I don't even remember at this point. Between this pile, that pile, more over there. I've got to get this stuff in these bags and beds. I got to build the beds and finish filling up the pots and all of the things, but I am starting to feel discouraged and losing motivation because I'm fearful that nothing will grow in this because it's just so thick. So I want you guys to see and tell me if I'm overthinking it or do I really need to think about amending everything further. Like, look at that. These big chunks of stuff. How could they possibly expect anything to grow with that? So I feel like we've had some success over here. The leaves are getting a little hot and scorched a little bit from the heat, but the soil is a lot lighter. I put a lot more coconut coir and sand in this mix that went into these, so it's a lot lighter, a lot closer to the seedling mix that I made up. But this took so much effort, and just to get these three barrels done, if I had to mix all of the stuff, all of the components for, even these grow bags, I can't even begin to think about what it will take for me to mix up, enough of this good, light, fluffy stuff to go inside the raised beds that I'm building. So anyway, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Thanks, friends.